Happy Monday. I am the Moon Mama. This live thing is getting some traction with me because I can just come in and record a live video and I don't have to do all that other stuff that I do. And I don't know that that's how I'm going to always be doing it, but that's how I'm doing it for now. So today is Monday, and Monday is the day that is governed by the moon. And the moon is currently in the last quarter phase. The moon stays in a phase for 3 days, right? And the last quarter phase is when we have a last quarter or a third quarter phase, it's time for us to, it's sort of a harvest time. And it's the opportunity for us to look back at the month and see what worked and what didn't work and how we're going to move forward. So last month we had a new moon in Cancer. This month we're about to have a new moon in Leo. So we're looking at the last month. Like what worked about the last month? What didn't work about the last month? And then you want to take into consideration all those Cancer type things, right? Like your emotions, your feelings, your inner world. How did you relate to yourself, your childhood? I know last month for me, I was very aware of, right when the moon went into Cancer, I became really aware of my childhood stuff. And it was so interesting because when I was a little girl, I lived in Watts, and there was quite a bit of poverty. And my grandmother, who I lived with, was depressed most of the time, and that depression looked like her being a pack rat. So my house was filled with stuff, and it created such a stress inside of me. Like I couldn't bring friends home because I was so ashamed of my environment. I just always felt I felt stinky. Like I felt dirty. Like all of that stuff I was aware of that. So last month, when the sun went into Cancer, I was aware of those things, and so I got to be with it and just love myself through it and remind myself of like, yeah, that was your childhood. That's not who you are now. And the feelings of feeling like people are looking at me or people don't like me, those energies were really present as a child. And because we hold memory. We hold memory in our consciousness. We hold memory in our bodies. We hold memory in our hearts. As women, we hold memory in our wombs. So when the sun came into Cancer, all those old feelings rushed right in. And historically, I would make some sort of meaning out of them. I would go into a story like something could be going on in my life, and I would unconsciously associate it with those early childhood feelings and patterns. And so this month, I didn't do that last month. I was like, oh, this is your childhood story, so just watch it and love yourself. So now we've finished that cycle. The sun is now in Leo. We're about to have a new moon in Leo on the 8th. And so now we are in the process of gathering what worked last month. What did we do well last month? And it's really important for you to pay attention to your process, is what I want to say. Who you are, what's going on with you. I don't know if you all, like for me, I have a tendency to think about others and what other people need and what they feel because I have the South Node in Libra. So my energy is often focused on the other. And because my North Node is in Aries, my work, my mission this lifetime is to be more focused on me, what it is I need, what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, and how I can draw my energy and power to create what it is I desire without taking into consideration the needs or thoughts of others, the feelings of others. Because Aries is about the self. It's all about the self. So that was also a part of the theme for last month. But now, as we are now, the moon is in Gemini, and we're about to have a new moon in Leo. So the moon in Gemini, and today the moon is square Mars, and Mars is in Virgo. And the moon is in Gemini. So these are two mercurial energies, two energies about information. So you want to be looking at why you feel what you feel, asking yourself questions constantly, right? And trusting your intuitive guide, your instinctive actions. Like, what is your mind telling you? Like, listen and ask yourself questions about why. Why do I think this? Why do I feel this? You know, what's motivating me? Because it's important for us to realize it's the hardest thing. It's been the most difficult thing to get. I don't want to say it's so hard, but it can be. Is that you're creating everything in your reality. Nothing in your reality has anything to do with anybody but you. I don't care what it is. And so I'm watching all of this. You know, I know that people are getting mandated to do vaccinations at their jobs and stuff now, and the thing that's important to understand and ask yourself is, why would I create a situation where someone else has the power to make me do something that I wouldn't necessarily do for myself? Why am I generating an experience that would have me go against my own timing, my own rhythm, my own desires? Ask yourself these questions. Why am I creating a scenario where my health is, well, someone else is in charge of my health, in charge of my choices, in charge of my body? Ask yourself these questions. Ask yourself these questions, right? Because that will help you gain your power and your authority back. And ask yourself and then answer the question honestly and see what comes up. You know, maybe you don't know. Maybe you're afraid. Maybe you've always, abdicated the power over your body to another person. You know, many of us experience childhood inappropriate behavior from adults who gave us messages that we didn't understand our bodies and we didn't have power. You know, little things, simple things like go hug your uncle such and you don't want to do it, but you do it anyway. That seems insignificant, but that is about your power. That is the source. That's you owning your power. That's you having dominion over your body. Being able, when you are young and your parents tell you to do things and you don't really want to do it, but you do it anyway, that's a way that you give your power up. Now, I'm not trying to make anybody a villain here. I'm just helping us understand what has transpired that got us into places where we don't have dominion over our own selves. And so then you get to ask, well, what would it mean for me to have dominion over my own body? What would it mean for me to make all the choices for my own health and well-being? What would it mean for me to be completely responsible for my health needs and understand what would that look like, right? Ask yourself these questions and answer them. Maybe get a journal, right? And all I'm saying is that today is the day, right? Today is the day where the moon is in a square with Mars, and Mars is in Virgo, and Mars is about our health and well-being, and the moon in Virgo is about information and curiosity. So you want to be curious about your own dimension, because you are the generator, you are the projector of everything that's going on in your life. Everything that is I don't care what it is. And let me say this, I realize this is a hard conversation, but we're in hard times right now, and I can't pretend anymore. Like, so once, a couple of weeks ago, I was saying, for those of us as people who have generated sexual experiences where we didn't necessarily approve of it, or where we feel like we were victimized, what I know is that we bring those situations to us through our unconscious, right? Many of us have experienced abuse or sexual abuse generations ago, like your mother experienced it, your grandmother experienced it. That energy lives inside of you. And if it's not been addressed, if it's not been healed, if it's not been transformed, those sexual inappropriate experiences that your great-grandmother went through, that your great-great-grandmother went through, are still living 7 generations forward in your consciousness. So no, maybe you don't have anything in your conscious awareness that you think draw in an experience of, say, rape or molestation, but it's in your family structure. It's in your cell consciousness. It's in the consciousness of your cells. So you are pulling it to you unconsciously, unaware. So this is not about blaming anybody. This is about us really understanding how this stuff works so that we can actually begin to heal ourselves. And if we aren't willing, and I get it, like, so somebody came to me and they were like, can you not say that we created rape? If I don't say it, then we're never gonna fucking ask ourselves the questions and get responsible and heal it. I'm not here to blame anybody for anything. That's not what this is about. This is about healing and transformation. And if people want to heal and transform, you've got to really be willing to ask yourself the deep, hard questions and take responsibility for it. There's no other way to do it. There's no other way to really heal your life except to take responsibility for everything. And it's easier to take responsibility when you understand how the system works. We are carrying our great, great, great grandmother's trauma in our bodies, in our psyches, in our subconscious. And until we can address it, we're going to experience it in our lives and think that, oh, this person did this to me, and oh, no, you are experiencing, you are generating a reality that isn't even yours. You're generating experiences of energetic frequencies that come from generations back. So you've got to get curious and ask yourself the questions and follow your intuitive nudges and follow your instincts inside of yourself. You have to go inside. So today, the sun is in Leo. The sun in Leo means that we really are shedding a lot of resistance to resistance that was in our hearts, right? Like in our heart, the power of Leo is the creative self-expression. Leo is the royalty, the king, the queen, the leader. So where are you resistant to this kind of power? Where are you not willing to lead yourself? Where are you not willing to believe fully that you are the creator of your reality? Where are you blaming others? Where are you waiting for somebody to come and rescue you? Where are you thinking that, in and of myself, I cannot do what it is that I feel, needs to be done. Where is that happening in your life? Where is that showing up? Is it showing up in your relationships? Are you passive aggressive? Are you waiting for somebody else to make choices and decisions for you? And it's subtle. It's very subtle. It's a very deep internal thing. And you've got to be really willing to tell yourself the truth. You've got to be ready to take the power, because here's the thing. When you tell yourself the truth, you're literally claiming your power back. You're literally getting your personal authority back. So today, the moon is in Gemini. The moon is in Gemini, and the moon is in a square with Mars. And so it's about your instincts, your mental instincts. And literally, the moon in Gemini is duplicitous, is what I want to say. It's light and dark. It's shadow. It's the twin energy, right? So where there's where there's joy, there's sorrow. Where there's pain, there's pleasure. Where there's light, there's darkness. So this Gemini energy can be very tricky. It can be a trickster kind of energy. So today, you want to be really focused in asking yourself, what am I really feeling here? For real. What am I really thinking? And if your feelings and thoughts are about other people doing something to you or not trusting them or any of that, then you get to ask yourself, well, why wouldn't I trust them? What is it in me that will draw people into my life that I don't feel are trustworthy? Because that's your own duplicitous nature showing up. And we all have duplicity within us. We all have a shadow. So don't be afraid of your own shadow. Don't be a fucking coward. Look at your own fucking shadow. It's there to help you. It is your teacher. It is your guide. It is your gift. If you can't do your shadow work, you can't really have power. If you can't do your shadow work, you won't be able to have dominion over your own life. You've got to be able to look at the at the stuff inside of you and look at it with love. You've got to look at it with curiosity. You've got to look at it with like, interest. That's the only way you are going to heal and transmute yourself. So with that, I love y'all so much. I encourage you, book new moon readings. If you want to really learn how to use this energy this month, go book a new moon reading with me. And if you really want to work on getting your power back, check out the Pluto and Capricorn class. That's exactly what this class is about. It's about getting your power back. And I've been a little slow in the last section of those classes because I've been in my own deep unraveling, and this work is getting deeper and deeper because we're moving, into the solstice into the fall equinox. Yeah, we're moving to the fall equinox. And so the energy is about to really heighten. So I encourage you to really be present inside of yourself. All right, y'all. I love y'all so very much. Peace and blessings. Share the video.